Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Monica with Amazon Plans, and I'm here to answer the questions for the 8-pin question tag 2024. Thank you to Simone and Leanne Likes for coming up with this tag on last year. I did not participate last year, and I just really wanted to participate this year, and I kind of regret not participating last year. So when she opened it up for individuals to come in and you know, jump on the tag, I of course jumped on it. So thank you guys for putting this together. I will link I will put all the questions below. I will link the person before me and after me, and then if you want to go and see all of the wonderful videos that have been made thus far, just follow the hashtag 8-pin questions 2024, which of course I will leave in the description box below. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to get started. So the first question is, when and how did your fountain pen journey begin? Well, my fountain pen journey began late 2022. This particular channel actually started off as a makeup channel, and then it evolved. I got bored and I was like, you know, you can only do the same look so many times. So it just became very redundant and boring to me. So I always loved planning. I've always had a planner. If you're as old as I am, you remember the guy selling insurance coming by and you know, dropping off a calendar every year. So I always had those. So I got into planning, and then I got into a particular style of planning, but it just wasn't fulfilling what I knew would make me happy, I guess. And then I had this big thing for pens. I've always had a big thing for pens, but I discovered fountain pens just by you know, researching, you know, different types of pens to write with. And I came across this channel one day, and I don't remember the name of the channel, and I'm so sorry, but she was using a fountain pen, and she was actually using a TWSBI fountain pen. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And she was using the ink or whatnot. So that is what got me started. So I ended up purchasing my first fountain pen, which was the TWSBI Swipe in Salmon. And I'm probably never gonna get rid of this pen because it was the first one I ever bought, and I haven't used it in about maybe a year. But this will forever be a part of my collection, a part of my arsenal. It is a cartridge converter. It is a large cartridge converter pen. But this is the very first fountain pen that I had ever purchased. And then, you know, the rest is history. So that is how my fountain pen journey started. So the next question is, favorite inks at the beginning, what are your go-to inks now? So the very first inks that I brought were from Jet Pens, and where I also got my TWSBI Swipe, is Waterman's Intense Black, and then Waterman's Absolute Brown. I saw them on, of course, someone's channel, and I was like, okay, you always need a black, and you will always need a brown. And these were the first two inks, and these were my go-to inks in the beginning, because at that time I knew nothing about buying samples or anything like that. But then I was scrolling the Jet Pen site just for inks, and I came across Sailor Shikiori's Hara Hara. So these were my inks in the beginning, and I love this ink, and I probably will ink this up in May. But this was one of the first inks that was non-black or non-brown that I purchased. Some of my go-to inks now are like Diamine's Graphite. I love this ink. If you know, I am in love with, excuse me, I cannot think of my name, Papier Plume's Oyster Gray. So right now I'm kind of in a gray ink phase, but Another ink that I love going to is Birmingham Pen Company's Iron Ore. So this ink is, I love this ink. This ink is very beautiful. I love the way it lays down. I love my writing when I'm writing with it. So these are some of my go-to inks right now. Again, the first ones that I purchased were Waterman's Intense Black and Absolute Brown. My very first color ink was Sailor Shikiori Hara Hara. I'm kind of in that little gray phase. I'm still learning the difference between what a wet ink is and what a dry ink is, and I must think loud from Kenshin Crafts for always answering a question whenever needed. Whenever I ask, he doesn't hesitate to answer, and I love him for that 1000. But those are some of my inks right now. I love a wetter writing ink. I just have to remember, give it time to dry before you try to, you know, flip the page or move on or anything like that. But these are some of my inks now. Number 3, how have your ink and pen tastes changed over time? My ink tastes have changed because I'm really finding out what a dry ink is and what a wet ink is, and I'm noticing that I'm not a fan of drier inks. I love an ink that can put down some color, that can shade. I don't necessarily need all of the shimmer, but I love a good shading ink. And my pen tastes have changed. I'm learning how, not necessarily how, but what nib size I'm comfortable with. In the beginning, I was afraid of a extra fine nib, but that also depends on the pen maker and the nib maker. Like I love a Kaweco fine nib. I love an Estabrook extra fine, and of course a medium is my sweet spot. Broad is a little bit too much. And then the journaler, I love the way it makes my handwriting look. I can write in my normal handwriting and be comfortable with it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. But as far as just the pen itself, I'm learning that I don't need every pen out there. And in the beginning, that was me. I needed every single pen that was released. And I had to stop myself and go, hey, this is getting a little out of hand. So I kind of had to step back and slow down and reevaluate what I really wanted in a look and style of a pen. I love a Kaweco Sport. Love a Kaweco Sport. And there are several that are on my list that I really want to get. And then I think I'll be done until that one comes along that is just, oh my gosh, I gotta have it, but not every single color. That's like a TWSBI. TWSBI has been coming out with all these amazing colors lately, and it's hard to resist. Estabrook, they come out with all these beautiful resins and pens, and it is very hard to resist, but I have been doing good so far this year. I have not made a quote-unquote major purchase, and I say that as in $100 or more on a pen. Now I have a couple of Jinhaos. I did buy the latest TWSBI cream in rose gold, and I plan on purchasing the one that looks like, I think it's like espresso maybe. I do want that one because I love a good brown. Look, I love coffee. If you look at my Instagram and you see my stories, I'm always posting something about coffee. So those are the type of pens that appeal to me. Do I really want to go to a color aesthetic? Not really, because then I would be pressured to keep up that aesthetic. I think just having a variety of pens in different colors is wonderful to me. So that is the answer to that question. Number 4, are there inks and pens that you have yet to try but would like to? Oh, this question is yes. yes. Venta and Teranishi inks are some of the inks that I would love to try but cannot ever get my hands on. Usually the ones I want, like Teranishi Opera Rose, is usually sold out. I think the only place I know of, and correct me if I'm wrong, is Yoseka Stationery. If you know where I can get it, please let me know. I would love to try some Venta inks. A pen that I would love to try is the Visconti Homo Sapiens, and the one I really want I'll answer in another question, but that is a pen that I would definitely love to try. And then also I would love to try a Pelican. Those are the two pens that I definitely really want to try. And then yeah, I think that's it. Number 5, what is your Holy Grail pen? Let's start off by asking myself, well, what is your definition of a Holy Grail pen? Well, my definition of a Holy Grail pen is not readily available, maybe something that is discontinued, it is always out of stock, or it is priced to where I would have to save up to buy. So with that being said, my Holy Grail pen is the Visconti Homo Sapiens in white volcanic ash. I think that's the name of it. No. So with that being said, my Holy Grail pen is the Visconti Homo Sapiens Lava Blizzard. That pen is white and beautiful, and I want it in a fine nib. The pen is right at $750, and I am currently saving for it. No. Would I like to save for it? Yes. I was hoping to save for it by my birthday, but I don't think that's going to be feasible, being that my birthday is next month. But it is on my Christmas wish list. Let me put it that way. So maybe between now and Christmas, I can save for it and purchase. Another Holy Grail pen on my list is the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in Angel Skin. And I did not purchase this pen when they had it available. I was just going back and forth in my mind. How can I justify buying this pen at such a price? And I never could. So I definitely missed out on that pen. I know they have released it in the regular Momento Zero size, but I really want the Grande. I really want the Grande size. I think there is one more. I wouldn't call it a Holy Grail pen. I would say that it is on my wish list to purchase really soon, and it's the Estabrook Winter White and the Estabrook Raven, the button fill piston system. Those are definitely on my list. Again, I wouldn't call them Holy Grail, just it's gonna take a little bit of time for me to obtain. All right, number 6, how many pens do you currently own? At this present moment, I currently own 74 pens. A lot of these have been purchased, of course, over time, but they are not purchases of $300 or more. I think the only pen that I have that is $300 is my Estabrook and Ferris Wheel Press collab, and this is Nebulous Plume. I think this is the only one my husband brought me from my birthday last year. So this is the only pen that I have that is over $300. I am I'm gonna kind of take this stance on Lao. I love a good pen, but at a discounted price. So if I can get my Holy Grail pen, which is the Lava Blizzard from Visconti at a cheaper price than $700, ooh, yes. But there are several Eastern made pens like Platinum and Pilot that I definitely want, but retail value I can't see myself paying. And I think that is why I missed out on a lot of pens, because I'm like, that's a lot of money for that pen. Let me think about it just a little bit more. So, but to answer the simple question, I own 74 pens. Number 7, do you have a limit on pens or inks in your collection? Is it a number? Is it a feeling? When do you know that you have reached your maximum? Well, for inks, well, pens and inks, there isn't a particular number. It is definitely a feeling. Like right now, I have put a pause on buying anything ink related because I have so many samples from Ink Flight and just ordering sample inks that I haven't had a chance to really enjoy them. Use them, enjoy them, see how I like them, etc., etc. Pens is definitely a feeling. Right now, I'm not at the point where I need to go, whoa, slow down. But I am more conscious in my spending habits. So in the beginning where I was just, you know, I dove in head first. Right now I'm like, okay, let me go back and let me reevaluate. So it's definitely a feeling. How do I know when I reach my maximum? When it gives me anxiety. I suffer from anxiety when I'm like, when I know that I am overwhelmed with all of the things that I have. I've reached my max. And I know that may sound excuse me, weird to some, but right now I'm at a happy place. I'm okay. But when I get that anxious feeling and bit of nervousness, like, and I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, oh my God, yeah, I've reached my max. I've reached my maximum. And number 8 says, consequently, what would you do if another pen or ink came along? Well, again, right now on inks, I'm putting a pause so I can go through some of my collection and see what I have, especially my samples, what I like, what I don't like, what I can pass along, so on and so forth. And another pen, I would definitely ask myself, is this a pen that I can live without? How bad do I want this pen? Does it add value to my collection? If I get it, will it make me happy? All of those things. And I will sit down and I will definitely wait. If after maybe 2 weeks, I'm still kind of like, oh, I really want this, I really want this, I will definitely see where I am financially first. And then if it's a significant amount, of course, start saving. And if for some reason that pen isn't available at the time that I'm ready to purchase, I will ask, will it come back in stock? If not, I will hold those savings there until something comes along that I really do want. And I say that because when I bugged my husband about purchasing this pen, you know, it was the collab that everybody was waiting on. It was beautiful, all the pictures. It was so much hype, and I fell for the hype. Don't get me wrong, I love Esterbrook. I really, really do. But when I got my pen, it kind of underwhelmed me. Like, I was actually expecting more than what I got. So it wasn't all of the glamour that I had set in my mind that it was supposed to be. And then of course when I got it and I could untwist it, the band twists. I don't know if anybody else's does that, but mine twists. And then my nib, I think, is misaligned. It's a medium nib. I want to go to a pen show and have someone, or send it off, but I don't know. And my husband has told me, listen, if you are not satisfied with this pen, you can sell it. So I'm really considering selling this pen, with the disclaimer that, sorry, that was Siri, with the disclaimer that those are the faults that are on that pen. But that's what made me sit back and, you know, really go, okay, how bad do you really want that pen? Because it was hyped up for months with that pen, and then all of a sudden when I got it, it was like, that's it. And it was nice that it came with the ink, but I was still like, that's it. So I think that is one Esterbrook that I can do without. But I will definitely just, you know, again, sit back and ask myself, can I live without this pen? Is it viable to my collection? Is it really what I'm looking for, instead of falling for the hype of the pen? So yeah. But thank you guys so much. Thanks again to Simone and Leanne Likes for this 8 pen question tag. I'm hoping I did not babble and you guys understood where I was coming from. I get nervous when I do these videos, like especially like this, because I feel like I'm not as well versed in the subject as some. But these are my experiences and my thoughts. And I just try to convey them to you guys. But anyway, in the description box below, I will put who's before me, the day before me, and then the day after me, and then all of the 8 pen questions. And again, if you want to watch all of the 8 pen questions 2024 tag, just click on that hashtag in the description box or in the title below, and there are a plethora of videos. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And in the meantime, in between time, you guys be safe, be blessed, and have a wonderful day. Bye.